Have you ever wondered why you can't speak English fluently, no matter how hard you try? I want to tell you a story about how I went from hating English to speaking it fluently. My name is Isabella and I'm from Madrid, Spain. I hated English, but now I speak fluently and earn a lot of money. Yes, I used to hate English. In school, I struggled with it so much, feeling embarrassed and discouraged by my teachers' constant comparisons. I even thought I'd never use English in life. My English teacher always compared me to the best students. She would say, "Look at Jessica. She is so good at English. Why can't you be like her?" I felt terrible. I was shy, and I did not understand anything in the English lessons. The words were hard to pronounce. The grammar felt impossible. I didn't know why I had to learn it. I thought, why should I care about English? I'm never going to use it. One day, something really embarrassing happened. I wore a t-shirt with the words Kiss Me printed on it. I didn't know what it meant. I just thought it looked cool. While walking to the store, a lady stopped me and asked, "Do you know what's written on your shirt?" I froze. My face turned red. I shook my head and said, "No." She smiled and said, "You should look it up." When I got home, I opened my phone, used a translator, and saw the meaning. I was so embarrassed. By the time I finished school, I had made up my mind. No more English. I was going to become a French teacher instead. I loved Paris, and I dreamed of living there someday. But life had other plans. So, I entered the university to study French. But something surprising happened. My program was not just about French. It was about English and German, too. I thought I was going to study French instead, but things changed. I ended up in a program for English and German linguistics. Can you imagine? I was shocked and even angry at first. I tried to switch classes, but it was impossible, so I had no choice but to study English at university. It was tough at first. I didn't understand anything in the lessons. The teachers spoke too fast, and I felt lost. Some of my classmates spoke English very well. I felt like the worst student. But I didn't want to stay the worst. I kept trying, practicing daily. I didn't like it, but I told myself, I have to do this. I began with simple things. I learned the alphabet, practiced writing basic sentences. I would read words out loud, listen to songs, and ask my younger sister for help. She was better at English than me, and I wasn't ashamed to ask her. I gradually improved. One day, our professor gave us a big challenge. We had to memorize a story in English and tell it in front of the class. I was so scared, but I practiced every night. I read the story again and again until I could say it perfectly. Day by day, things got better. I started to understand more during lessons. I wasn't as scared to answer questions anymore. My teachers were very kind. One day, a professor from Germany came to our university. He lectured students from all grades, and at the end, he asked some simple questions. To my surprise, I knew the answer. I raised my hand and gave my answer confidently. Everyone, including the older students, was shocked. The professor smiled and said, "Excellent." I couldn't believe it. I had impressed a German professor with my English. From that moment, I stopped being afraid. Even when I made mistakes, my teachers encouraged me. They would say, "Great effort, Isabella. Keep going." Their kindness gave me confidence. I realized that mistakes are part of learning and I shouldn't be ashamed of them. Over time, my English improved. I started speaking more, practicing with classmates, and even watching movies without subtitles. Then, something amazing happened. I was chosen to represent my university at an international conference in Thailand. Out of thousands of students, I was one of the few selected. At the conference, I gave a speech in English about world problems in front of people from all over the world. I couldn't believe it. I spoke confidently. Do you know that I eventually became one of the best students in my class? Me, Isabella, the girl who once hated English, was now speaking it fluently and confidently. I was happy. After that day, my life changed completely. It opens doors I never knew existed. I traveled the world, met incredible people, made lifelong friends, and realized how important English is. Today, I work as an IT professional for a global company. My job requires me to communicate with people from different countries every day. And guess what? I do it all in English. Looking back, I can't believe how far I've come. So, if you're struggling with English, let me tell you something. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to make mistakes. But don't give up. Mistakes are part of learning. If I could learn English, so can you. English is the language of the world. It can open so many doors and give you amazing opportunities. Believe in yourself and keep pushing. Every bit of effort is a step forward. And one day, you will be proud of how far you have come. Remember why you are learning English, whether it is for your career, to travel, to meet new people, or to challenge yourself. Keep that goal in mind to stay motivated. When the journey feels hard, remind yourself of all the doors that will open once you've mastered English. You're stepping into a bigger world full of possibilities. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. You can do it. So keep practicing, keep learning, and never give up. One day you'll look back at this moment and smile knowing how far you've come. You will say, I did it. Let me stop here. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you find value in this video. I hope it has encouraged you to move away from those scary tactics or the fear that comes with telling you that you can't learn English easily. Those things are the things that can hold you back from continuing to learn without acting and not putting all the things you learn into practice. Practice makes perfect. Think like a champion, act like a champion, and train like one. You can do this, you have the power. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video and share it with others. Watch this video that pops out from your screen. You will enjoy it. Thank you and see you in our next video.